red hair? And I'm like, maybe. I remember when I was like Tony the Tiger Orange, dude. I love that shit. And Mountain Dew, green, yellow, whatever, chartreuse, whatever color you want to call that. Dude, I would literally do my hair in twisted braids. So this little tiny, little square boxies. And then I would take the square box. Mind you, it is the color of Mountain Dew. My entire hair, all of this hair. Same length. Never any shorter. Except for when right after I had my child. Because she would rip my hair out of my head. And I hated it. So I cut it off like this much. But now, no. So then I would take and I would twist up into like the most twistiest things. The braid. So it would be in a braid. All the way down. Then I would twist the braid up until it would like just sit here. Like wad it up. And that would be my hairstyle. Did I want people to tell me that they liked my hair? I don't think I cared at the time. But anytime I see people with hair like that, now I'm like, you do want people to say something to you, I feel like. So do it. Say something to them. They put time and effort into their hair. They cut it. Again, if you have a man in your life and they get their hair cut, I mean, except for when Rob just got his hair cut, I did not notice it all today. But besides that, if someone in your life gets their hair cut, especially a man, you can tell if a man gets his hair cut. But his hair was wet, so I couldn't actually tell. But yeah. So back to the dates. Floats is 10th to the 13th, Gathering 19th and 22nd, and Hog Daddies, which again, I'm the most excited for really because it's the first time that I'm going back there. I don't have a singular bad experience at all. No bad experience. So see, I feel like you can hear the door right now, right? You probably can hear the door. So that place, I feel like, is probably going to be the best place just for goofy stuff. I mean, just to even, if nothing else, like Creaky Creek, that would be my 3-door jammed gate that I needed to make for my old dog, who's incredibly actually smaller than the dog that I have now, which is crazy because my dog that I had before was a 130-pound gigantic dog. But this dog's bigger. So, but he doesn't need the door to be holding him back. I mean, except for from eating all of the food in the entire house until he gets himself sick. But besides that, he is awesome. But yeah, it is actually a just piece of plywood cut in not half. Basically, it is to here on me, so 5 foot, 4'9", maybe 4'8", door. Just a piece of plywood, and then I literally put the 3 gigantic bolty because I have tiny bolts on my doors which are broken, but these are the actual like brass. And so yeah, they are ultra squeaky for sure. So Hog Daddies, I feel like, again, did I have a bad experience with people that I brought just being jerk people, and that would be why they couldn't get a ride by anybody else? Yes. But otherwise, memory-wise, all of those books, most of those books are from then. I mean, now that they say it's pretty equal, a Thornville and Cave and Rock, but again, Cave and Rock wasn't my first gathering, but Cave and Rock will always be. I mean, Hog Daddy, I will never forget Hog Daddy telling the lady who ripped my sign up, who ripped my sign away, who screamed at people who were eating at the bistro. Which I will bring the menu. Of course, you know, I'm 100% sure I look the same because everybody tells me that all the fucking time. So again, I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. But if I cooked for you, you know who I am. And you also have, probably still in your wallet, the card. The business card. I still have those, so I will also bring those on again when we're going to be talking about that old school shit. I even feel like I still have the menu board signed by everybody somewhere here. Definitely have the lawn chair. Do I know where the vanilla ice chair is? I really feel like my child has it, and I feel really guilty about it, especially because he hasn't came back to sign anything else, and that's like the regret that I have is not having the towel signed by him, and like, because I just didn't bring it that year. Every other year I brought it, but the last year that he was there, I didn't bring it. I forgot it. It was just sitting on my bed. Part of the things that I forgot. Like, so, Hog Daddies, I mean, that was not the last time that I got to see Vanilla Ice, but I do not think that in Oklahoma he did signatures. I don't think that. I think I was just able to get in the front row. I could be wrong. That was a horrible year for me. Again, when we talk about that fucking gathering, we can talk about that stuff. Hopefully by then things will be changed in the world and I can talk about it a little bit more freely. But either way, Hog Daddies, September 22nd to the 27th. I cannot wait. I feel guilty because I'm taking off of one of my jobs. And of course, it's September. But I actually think it's a time when we're closed. I'm pretty sure it's the last weekend that we're closed. So that'd be awesome that I'm not actually taking off any time because the fall is crazy. And of course, I'm not going to say my work on here, but obviously if you know me, you know where I work. And I love my work 100%. So, Hog Daddies, 22nd to 27th. That's a lot of days. That's old school gathering days. Golf cart. And that's just, again, it isn't my first. I don't know that it's the best. But I will say it was old school. And again, I don't know. If you were not there, I guess that you can't really compare it because there isn't anything to compare. Like, if you were not sitting at your campsite when when Shaggy was driving through them, you really only know the story. You don't really have that memory of the time. And if you weren't there, you would have always had to pay for an autograph. And the difference between those two things are just so huge because they're really one of the biggest differences. And also, again, one of the things that I feel like 100% Violent J made me think it should be for free. But then after Twisted separated, they went to that Comic-Con thingy, which is where I learned that you don't meet people without paying lots of money. Which is fine. I now, moving forward, if I ever go to a CON, so Asher Comic-Con, if I go to Comic-Con, if I go to some kind of con, then I expect that I would have to. Although I think at GameCon you don't have to pay. So, I don't know. Again, back when they were thinking about the GameCon, it was old school rules, which were not pay. And again, when they sold, I guess they sold all the teepees for Hog Daddies in the last 2 weeks. And they sold almost all the RV and campsites, possibly in the last 2 weeks. So they did put out the VIP pass. The VIP pass is, I don't know, I bought one. I believe there was only selling 50. And apparently you can go into this VIP seating area, which again, I'm a front row kind of girl because I'm short. But they do say it's pretty cool. And I'll go up there at least to check and see what it looks like. Tell you how it is. But I am really excited about that. That is going to be so much fun. So I am going to try to swap out this video projection system just a little bit and try to put it on the game. That's possibly the best I'm gonna get us there, because now you really don't need to see me. So this is aftermarket. This is the box. This is my box. When I first got my dog Gage, he chewed on my box. I thought that I was going to be devastated because this corner right here, he actually did get into the box. But we're all good. Everything's good. This, I guess, I mean, only if you know, this was definitely given to me a very, very long time ago. This is the Oracle, the directions to the Oracle. And here are the originals. Again, love this book. Not really into reading from A to B and figuring out this game. This is the original board. We just don't use the original board anymore. You will see the reasons why we don't use... I mean, I just love this new board, but I haven't busted this bad boy out in a really long time. I think since last year, I think I bought this at GameCon last year. I think it was like $10. Originally they were so expensive, but they were also a completely different material. They were like this thick, and now these are like just as thin as the board. So this is the original board, so my new one is a little bit different than the original board. But again, I really like this. This is my jam. This is my favorite one. There are 4 different designs. I'm going to buy all 4, I'm sure, over the course of whatever. So, we'll go original and old school. So, original card. This is the original reference card from the original. Very, very, very plain Jane. Again, awesome, very clear, easy to read. The new one just makes it look prettier. Makes it look fancier. So the game is played with 1 opponent or 3 opponents total. So 1 person against you, so 2 or up to 4. When you get the original game, it does have enough for 5 people to be dealt in, but that is not the typical gameplay amount that they want you to have. I like that. I love that you can see me in the TV. That is so much fun. So I feel like I'm going to go over these first, because these are, I think they're one of my favorite things. So, in the Oracle, so in the new edition, so either way, let's stop saying that, because when they come out with the game again, they're going to re-release the game, and it will be step 1 and step 2 together. So both of the instructions will be in one box. So this will be in the box of the game. Moving forward, if you buy the game, you will be getting that. I should have painted my nails, probably. So Gambit cards were made for the Oracle, so the 2nd edition. They are great fun cards. The cards have numerical values on the bottom of them. Let me find another one. 3 numerical values on the bottom. Oh my god, this is really going to be difficult. So 3 points cost, 2 points cost, 1 point cost. There is, oh my gosh, that's funny. Wow, if I would have pulled that 3rd card that says buy this one for 4 for free, that would be insane to have drawn those cards. Because, like, if my friend Jen was watching this, she would be freaking out that I just pulled these 3 cards off the top. So, when you originally start the game, there are 40 of these Gambit cards. These Gambit cards are just like freebie cards. They can do a few different things. They can do an action, again, in the 2nd game. We are introduced to different types of cards. So this Gambit card, we're going to just swap that out just so that it's just one of the new ones. And we'll swap out this one for that one just because, again, it is one of the new types of cards. So this first card here that's worth this 1, doesn't really matter what it says, it's just that I want you to see this little thing in the corner here. This says the Oracle, so this is saying 2nd part. This is saying that it is a lightning, which means that you can do this at any time. So it does not need to be your turn for you to use that lightning card. So anytime that there's a card that has lightning, you could use it at any time. Next is the 2-pointer. This is the card I was talking about that I bought, that I grabbed. That's so funny because this card has 3. There's one that's 1. It says you can obtain